What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And we were just filming our Christmas reaction. It's going up on Christmas Eve. Thank you to our patrons over at patreon.com/nerdynightly for choosing that movie. But in the middle of that, I got a little alert.
What?
Christopher Nolan has dropped the trailer for his new movie, Oppenheimer, about the man behind the big old bombs. I think that is the technical term for them.
The big old bombs.
Yeah, this is the movie where he apparently recreated a nuclear explosion for this film. So that's... the man's a madman.
Okay.
He blew up that whole plane for Tenet.
Do you think that we're going to be able to hear this movie? Because that's really all I care about.
The problem wasn't that we couldn't hear Tenet. The problem was that we could hear the background noise so much that we couldn't hear the dialogue in Tenet.
Okay.
It was a very loud film.
You know what? Fair. You're right.
It's interesting, right? He's one of those directors who has created some of my favorite films of all time, right? Like, I genuinely think that The Prestige is a masterpiece. The Dark Knight is a masterpiece. I think Dunkirk was a masterpiece. And then on the other side, some of his movies have so much ambition but fall flat. And I think that Tenet was one for both of us that kind of did that.
Yeah.
And so I'm really curious about this movie because it's sort of a like, yeah, you never know what you're going to get with him. It's always going to be huge. It's just going to be how it lands.
Yeah, for sure.
And what could be more about how something lands than a movie about big bombs that fall from planes?
Great. Love it. Let's...
Shall we get into the trailer?
Let's do it.
The preview is appropriate for all audiences.
We imagine a future, and our imaginings horrify us. They won't fear it until they understand it. And they won't understand it until they've used it. Theory will take you only so far. I don't know if we can be trusted with such a weapon. But we have no choice.
Wow.
Is anyone ever going to tell the truth?
How much you want to bet all of these like fire shots are not seen?
Yeah.
And then he actually fell off. Damn.
Spoiler alert, you can't be trusted.
Yeah, wow, what a trailer, huh?
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting. Yeah, I don't know. I feel very weird about it.
It's interesting because I feel like we, with Christopher Nolan's films lately, particularly since the Batman films, there's been a heavy emphasis on action. And he shoots action better than most people right now. He really does take his time with those sequences. Yeah. And so I've been excited about that. You know, I thought Dunkirk, the way he filmed the dogfighting and everything in that was just so incredible. It is nice to see him take on this thing that is more of an acting piece, it feels like.
Yeah. You can't have a ton of like action in this, right? Because I think that takes away from the big bomb, as you put it. You know, like it has to be more of a slow build. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be like a lot of rough and tumble fighting or anything like that. I think it's going to be truly like character driven, which actually like especially coming from Tenet, where there was no character. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, he is dealing with real people now, which I feel like means it's a different touch in terms of the story that you're telling and like the characters at the heart of that story.
Yeah.
I find, honestly, it's funny because he is kind of become known as this sort of box office, this blockbuster director, right? About the financial success of his movies and the size of them. And yet the thing I find so fascinating about Christopher Nolan is that the thing that he is best at is the human stories. And the movies for me of his that work the best are always the ones that center more about the human stories and less about, like the time travel element of Tenet took over so much. Whereas, Dunkirk is really just about those people.
Yeah.
And when Christopher Nolan takes his camera and he turns it on people and he really zeroes in on that, I don't think anybody is better than him, right? And so I'm so excited to see how he films the inner workings of the mind of someone who is dealing with this, that line. Like, I don't know that we can be trusted with this. Yeah. That is what I hope this whole movie's about.
Yeah.
Because that's utterly fascinating. And yes, it will be cool that he actually recreated a nuclear explosion and like all of that stuff is like cool and it's fun and it's big. But I'm excited to see the human story that he captures here.
Yeah.
And this trailer got me excited for the fact that that's what's going to be there.
Yeah, as opposed to big bombs.
It helps that, oh my God, I'll call him Kieran Hines. Cillian Murphy is it's such an incredible actor that just to see him be the lead of this, I'm so excited about. I feel like I don't see him lead enough things. He plays that like supporting character really well. But this is going to be a really exciting venture for him, and I'm happy for him because he's very good.
Yeah, I think this trailer did what it meant to.
Yeah,
honestly, I'm kind of interested now. So well done.
Were you interested at all before this?
No, I didn't even know what this was.
I definitely this puts it on my radar in a way that it previously was. It was always a Christopher Nolan movie, right? That's always going to be on the radar. There are certain people where I will see anything that they do. Sam Raimi, Christopher Nolan, that like prestige level of director where I just trust what they're going to make, right?
Yeah.
But this definitely ratchets it up. I'm now very excited for July.
Yeah.
If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave me in comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her. As always, you can follow us around the internet. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
Do something nerdy tonight, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye.